Hello once again guys, and today I come to you with my first impression of one of the newest shows that's out by the name of Butlers Chitose Momotose Monogatari. And if that's too much of a mouthful for you, then the English term for it is Butlers x Battlers. Now for me, and from now on, as I review this series, I'm just going to call it Butlers. But when you're looking it up in the search engine, of course it's going to be in its full Japanese name. Now, probably some of you did not read the synopsis of this, and you may be coming into this series thinking, okay, we have a school filled with students. It looks like a very affluent school, and they're preparing these students to become future butlers or maids. Probably some of you were thinking that. And then when you got to the middle of the episode with some supernatural stuff happening, you're like, wait, what? Hold on, I did not sign up for this. I thought this was just all about butlers. Or you're probably thinking this is on some level as Black Butler. No. Now, I do have to say, this first episode threw a chunk load of characters at us. And it's going to take time for their names, for us to remember them, commit to memory. But all of them are important, but I have to say the main focus is between the main character named Jay and another character by the name of Hayakawa, and also the student council, because I see that they're going to be somewhat of like a main central plane to this, as well as the headmaster. So eventually at the school that Jay attends to, they were planning for the inauguration for the newest student council. So while Jay is the president, we have the rest of the members that were in the student council by the name of Haruto, Ren, and Hotaru. And then we met several other characters. They even have characters that are trying to play as Holmes and Watson, like, you know, the famous detectives from England. And then we met Hayakawa, who works at a cafe. Now it was slow in the beginning because we're trying to get used to the environment and such, and get used to these characters, even though a lot of them were thrown at us. But we slowly saw at least little bits and pieces where there was instant flashbacks between Jay and this girl, who we come to find out is named Tenna and is his younger sister. Now, just right then and there, you knew he was on a mission. He's probably in school trying to look for his missing sister and as such. Not only that, when he was speaking to the headmaster, he got permission to go to this old building, and we saw that same building within the flashback. And they did know, and if you listen closely, they did know that when they were remodeling the school area, this was the only building that they left untouched for 100 years. So right then and there, you knew that this series is going to deal with some time traveling, people from the future and the past cooperating with each other. And right then and there, you knew that Jay is from the past, because now he's in the current timeline and he's walking through the building with the rest of the student council, and they encounter another character, and he's reminiscing on his days being there and being with his sister where he saw her last. Getting down later in the episode, we see where he encounters Hayakawa and he attacks him, and then that's where you start seeing the supernatural stuff happening. You see blue and green flashes of light, and then they mention that we are butlers, and we're like, okay, that's the title of the name. They actually threw what the title is into the show, and they said we protect the blood spirit. Now that kind of made you think, okay, what is this blood spirit? Is this in connection with Tenna's disappearance? Is this a reason why they are in the future, and do they have any way of getting back to their time? And then we come to find out that, like, within the flashback, that Tenna was brought out into this huge field, and then a beam of light came out of nowhere, and she's in that beam of light. She goes into the beam of light, and then she's in there, and then suddenly she vanishes, and all that's left behind is like this small star crystal that Hayakawa gets. And when Jay tries to take it from him because he thinks that his sister is inside that little gem, both of them get captured within that same beam of light that Tenna was in, and that's how they came to the future. And that's when Jay met the headmaster. So what I got out of this is something is going on. I don't know if Tenna is this blood spirit or she was some type of priest or an intervener who deals with the blood spirit, and that the butlers are made to protect the next person in line who trains for this type of stuff, which will be Tenna. And where has she disappeared to? Is she in the same time frame as Jay, Hayakawa, and all these other characters, or is she someplace else and they're gonna have to travel through time in order to rescue her? I do believe the headmaster does know of Jay's situation. I feel like he's the only person currently who is trying to help Jay with his problems, and possibly knowing that he's not from this timeline. And eventually, possibly, Jay may tell the rest of the student council, who knows. But I actually enjoyed this first episode. I like how it instantly built up when we got into the middle, and it showed the relationship between Jay and Hayakawa. Now, I don't know if these two, because in the past it looked like these two worked together or were on some type of friendly level with each other, but after the events with the sister, he kind of has some type of anger towards Hayakawa that deals with his sister. So we don't know if their relationship will get better. We don't even know if when they'll find his sister. That's the whole point of this. And when I looked at the genres, there is some slapstick comedy included, so we're going to see some funny moments within this anime. So I enjoyed this first episode, and I'm going to give it a 3-episode ruling to see in regards of whether I'm going to continue reviewing it or I'm not going to, but I may watch it just to see the events that had happened, simply because I don't want to continue reviewing a series and I'm just not up to it. I'm going to try to cut that out where I'm reviewing, then I stop all of a sudden. I'm going to try to do that. So if I feel like this is a series that I'm definitely not going to review, I'll cut it at the 3 episodes. If I do feel that I'm wholeheartedly into this and I want to review this, then I'm going to keep going till the end of the series. So do tell me in the comment section below on how you felt about this first episode of Butlers Chitose Momotose Monogatari, aka Butlers X Battlers. Tell me which characters you like so far. What were some things that interest you in this first episode? Tell me if you're going to continue with this series, or are you going to put it on hold or drop it. And do tell me in the comment section below on what shows are you watching this spring 2018. And I'm Kimmy Chan of Anime Legends Podcast, and I will see you guys later. Bye.